Good morning and welcome to the Great Plague of 2020. I thought we'd do this one today. It's called Walking in the Sunlight. It's a composite of 3 images with a lot of manipulation on the light. So let's have a go. We'll get rid of it and we'll just start with a blank document. We'll open the first image, which is grass. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the bottom part of the grass. So with a rectangular marquee tool, and once it's selected you can just press Ctrl J and that will put it on its own layer. Here it is here. We'll turn the original layer off, you'll see what we've got. Now I'm going to drag this down and drag in the cutout layer. Then we're going to get rid of the original, and we don't need to save it. If I get the move tool and bung this in and drag it out to about that size-ish, I think. Yep. That should be a bit smaller than that. I'm going too far up the screen. Yep, something like that. Right, the problem is this track comes straight down the middle. I don't want it down the middle, I want it to the side. So to cure that, I'm going to take the layer and I'm going to copy it. Now we've got 2 layers, I'm going to select the top layer. And what I'm going to do is just simply move it over till I get it in the position I want, which is about there. Yeah, about there. So the tracks are coming down to the side. Click the tick to put it down, and we need to blend this bit in. So on the top layer, which is the one that will move off to the side, we'll put on a layer mask. We'll get a black brush. Maybe it's a bit small on that, and we'll just play it down the side and let the feather blend it in. Right, you may have noticed that's a bit lighter than what that is. So that's the bottom layer. See the bottom layer. So what we'll do is we'll go down to add an adjustment layer. We'll pick hue and saturation, and we'll just darken it a bit until it matches in. There you go, matched in. We just brought it down to -13. I'm going to join some of these layers up because I only want one on the bottom eventually. So I'm going to select the hue and sat one. I'm going to go to layers and merge down, and that will merge it onto there. Then if I go to the top one and layers merge down, we've just got the one on now. One layer for the whole of the bottom. There's 2 problems with the bottom. One, it's too sharp, and 2, it's too light. So let's get rid of the sharpness first. I'll put a layer mask on. And I'll make sure it's on black and white. I'll get the gradient tool. Make sure it's on black and white up here. Then if I click here, just drag it down a touch. There you go. See it? And you see it's just taken away the edge. It's soft now. Alright, and the colour, of course. So after the layer, get an adjustment layer, hue and saturation, and we'll attach it to it by alt-clicking between it. and we'll just reduce the brightness down to about there. Yeah, that'll do for now. Right, so let's go get the second image. So file open, and the second image is of mountains and sky. So I'm just going to take this thing in, I'm just going to pull it down, drag it in, I'm going to see what size it is. I'm just going to square it up to the width of the screen. Then we will take this layer and put it below the grass. It'll be behind it. Now this is not exactly what I want. What I want is not to get them trees in, but I also want it a lot higher. So I'm just going to stretch it upwards. Something like that. Yep, click the tick and keep that. Now these two halves do look like two halves. They don't look like one photograph. It's because of this. The lightness is totally different from the lightness on there. So what we need to do is darken the top of the grass. Now I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use a colour from the mountain. So I'm going to get the foreground. I'm going to use the eyedropper. I'm going to pick a dark blue. Then I'm just going to let the feather of the brush do the work. So if I go onto the grass, make a new layer, and what we're going to do is just put the feather on the edge of the grass. So we'll just do something like this. I think we'll do a bit bigger. Something like that. And maybe a bit bigger and do the side as well. Start on the side down a bit. Then we'll change the blending mode to overlay. Now that's not going to look right. Hard light's looking very good. We'll multiply. I reckon dark colours are looking pretty good. We'll put that on, and we'll just reduce the opacity down a bit. Something like that. There you go. Now we've got a dark edge up and a little bit over the side. And the next thing we're going to do is we'll put the model in, I think. No, we'll put the sunlight in. So we want to put a new layer on. I'm going to get white, and I'm going to get the polygonal tool. And I'm going to put sun from this top corner shining down here. So I'm going to start about here. I'm going to go off the edge and all the way back round to it. Now I'm going to get the gradient tool. I'm going to make sure it's on a white to transparent. And I'm just going to follow the sunlight as we want it. So I want it to be shining down like that. You see, we get proper white at the top, gradient down. So if I now get rid of the selection, select, deselect, I can then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and this is going to be pretty high. I think we're 100 anyway. Yeah, 130-ish will do. And it's just a bit bright at the bottom, so we'll just turn it down a touch. Just a touch down there. 85 or something, 80 even. We're going to emphasize this bit. Tell me what, take it down a bit more. Right, there you go. 75. We're going to emphasize that there's a sun here. And we're going to do that by putting another layer on. This time I'm going to get the white brush. Just going to paint some white here, like so. And that's just emphasizing what's going on. That is brighter at the top. Just turn it down a touch. About 85-ish, so it's brighter than the surrounding bit. Right, we'll got that in. So let's go get the model. So File, Open, and here's the model. Now we're going to use her there. I have no idea what this is going to do when I tell it to select it. So I'm just going to say select subject and see what happens. Oh, clever. Photoshop thinks there's 3 subjects, which of course he is. So we'll have to get a quick selection tool. And you see there's a plus in that. If I press Alt, it'll turn to events. And I can take that off there, and I can take this one away. So now I'm just left with the one I want. So let's start at the top. Let's just make sure we've got everything. That looks alright. Just add bits in which we need. Now I'm going to put my finger on Alt so I can just nudge them in. That's one bar for legs. Right, we've only got bits that need to be cut out now. Well, we should be able to try and nudge some of that up, I think. Yep, I think we're safe for now to go with the polygonal tool. So we'll get the polygonal tool. That's all here. So again, finger on Alt brings up a minus. Didn't cut in to go on here. It's very hard to talk and concentrate. That's done. And the other bit is this one. Right, that should be it. And now we'll really rush them. Hopefully you'll take a bit more time about it. Go to select and mask. And I'm going to use the second brush down, which is a refine edge brush, just to go around the hair. That's that. I'm going to feather by 1. And I'm going to shift the edge to about 12. That's just so we don't get a halo around that. I'm going to decompress the colour, decontaminate the colours, and press OK. And that looks fine to me, so I'll right hand click the mask and say apply layer mask. Now again, drag it down, drag her in, get rid of the original. And now we're going to resize her. So she's going to be something about there, I think. Yeah, that looks okay. And click the tick to put her in place. And of course, she's much too light for this photograph. So again, we'll put a adjustment layer on. We'll put a hue and sat on. We'll attach it to her by alt clicking between them. Just turn down until she looks like she's in this picture, which is somewhere about there. Now, of course, you've got the slide streaming down here, so it should be hitting her on the side. But we've just actually lowered her brightness with this hue and saturation here. Now, luckily, the hue and saturation comes with a layer mask. So if I paint black in the layer mask, it'll bring back the lightness that we turned down. So I'm going to go into the layer mask. I'm going to get a black brush. I'm going to zoom down on it. I'm going to make the brush fairly small, something like that. Then I can just bring back the brightness that we took off the hue and saturation. Just like that. And if we move out, you see it makes it look much better. Right, the other problem is, of course, if the light's hitting her from here, this direction, she should have a shadow. So I'm going to go to the model layer. I'm going to Control J it. So now I've got 2 models. I'm going to take the bottom one and I'm just going to drag it down and over. Something like that. Right, now obviously it's coming from that direction, so if I spin it around, still not right with it. Yeah, could be something like that. Drag it down there, let's see where the foot is. Right, now we'll match this foot up for the shadow, but this one isn't going to match. So we need to stretch this leg, and the way I would do it is with puppet warp. So go to edit and come down to puppet warp. And puppet warp works on triangles and pins. So if I stick a pin here and there, it'll lock this bit down so it won't move. Then if I put a pin in the end of my leg and a foot and just go back and grab it, drag it the way I want it to be, like that. Click the tick, that puts it down. And of course, this isn't a very good shadow because it needs to be black. So there's the model, there's the shadow layer of the model. Go to adjustment layer on the bottom, put in another hue and saturation, attach it to it, and simply get the lightness and just move it all the way to the left. And now we've got a shadow, which is sharp. So if we go back onto the shadow layer, we could go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and it's not going to be 130, it's going to be somewhere around 20 or 30ish. That's not bad, 30, 26. Say OK, and then put the opacity and turn it down until it looks right. 70%. Right, I think we need to do a bit of work on these mountains. So I'm going to go back to the mountain layer. And I'm going to put a layer in above it. And I'm going to go get that blue again. So I go on to the mountain layer, grab the foreground colour, get that blue we used last time. Okay. Now on the layer above it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the brush and make it massive, because I'm basically going to just colour in this. Right, now we might be saying that didn't help the view of the mountains much. But what we're going to do is we want to change it to soft light. And see the difference? That was how it was. We've darkened them down, we've brought a bit of colour into them just by using soft light. And I think probably we should have a bit dark at the top as well. Actually, if I just increase that again. Too much. So I'm not happy with the top of the grass. So I'm going to put another layer on, attach it to the grass. And this time, multiply. We'll multiply it. You can then just drag down the opacity. We'll get a nice darkness in there. Yeah. That's got a nice darkness. Yeah, but it's actually darkened too much over there. When you do something like that and you've darkened that part's right, this part has went too much, just simply erase a bit of it. If I get the eraser and I put the opacity of the eraser down to 10, just run over it, and it becomes right, like that. You don't have to redo it all the time, just do it again. Right, this is looking quite good. Possibly the sunlight is still a bit bright, which is that one, I think. Yep. So we'll just bring that down a bit more. Bring it down to about 50. Yeah, that's much better. And bring down the sun a bit as well, to about 60. Right, so I think we should boost the contrast now. So we'll go to the top layer and go for an adjustment layer in gradient map. Make sure it's on black to white and change the blending mode to soft light. Then just drag it down, drag the opacity down until it looks right. Actually, about these 30s, really just keeps the shades in the mountains. And put a new adjustment layer on, this time levels. And we'll just bring that in the touch, and the white in the touch, just to get a full range of colour on it. That's looking very good. The only other thing I would do to this, I think, is a blur. Just to put the top, the two corners in a blur to give you a sort of depth of field. So if we go to filter, I'll check that one. Oh, sorry, I can't do anything until I join all the layers together. So if you pick the top layer, put your finger on Alt, go to Layers, click, drag down to Merge Visible, and let go. It'll make a combination of all the layers on one layer. So now I can go to Filter, Blur Gallery, and Erase Blur. Right. So this is going to be in a different place. So we shall drag it around a bit. Right, so what I've done is I've put it that way. These parts here, these blue, is actually where the feather starts. So you can move them in. So I'm just going to move them that way. And if I just blur it massively, you see what's happening. It's blurring like crazy there. Then it feathers into normal. And again over here, it feathers in, goes crazy. So we don't want to be crazy. We just want to be so that it looks like a depth of field. So maybe something like that, where this is just out of blur, and that's just on a blur. So we'll say OK. And there you go. See, we just got a little blur there, a little blur there. Just makes it look like a bit more depth of field going on. Nice bit of sunlight coming down. And that's it. I wouldn't touch it anymore. Walking into the sunlight is called. Just a reminder that the original images and a written tutorial can be found on the South Shields Digital Group site. There's a link to it in my header and also a link to it in the description of this tutorial. Thanks for listening.